Peace, 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 and blessings. What's good? It is your boy 7 Inglewood's on right now in your zone, and this is a KC Info Rail, and I am here with none other than your grandmama's favorite, Jesus babysitter himself.
That would be me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up if you can. Give it up for my man, Mr. Randy Hef. What's good?
What's popping, man? What's good, bro?
Man, everything's good now that I'm here, now that we on, now that we live, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Facebook, man.
You
gave us a ran for our money real quick, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know what? Mark Zuckerberg's still getting his bread, so you know, it don't matter. I guess.
Find a way to be resilient.
That's
get
what
this
that is.
stream up. You know what I'm saying? They was hating on us for a minute, but we back. We back in business, you know?
All in there like swimwear, facts.
What's good though, man? What's going on with you? How your week been?
Man,
you know I gotta ask you that, right?
My week's been decent. You know what I'm saying? People, for those who are not my personal friends on Facebook, you can check out some stories that I posted today and yesterday.
Man, stories from 7, man.
Man, we actually might get into that a little bit later, so I don't know if I'm going to spoil it. Maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can definitely
especially
talk
after
about
the
it.
drink start
we
kicking
can definitely talk about it, man.
Especially after the drink start kicking in, we can we can get into that a little bit later. But
man, shout out to everybody on the live right now, man. We got a couple of people on here. Miko, shots by Miko. Every week we here.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Shots by Miko. Appreciate you for the Calypso. And
this one's called Calypso.
No, the rum.
Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
We got some Calypso rum in this one.
You said your week been kind of hectic though.
So no, actually the week's been kind of good. It's just these past 2 days have been kind of crazy. So I don't know how much of this I want to unleash on the people right now. I may have to wait until a little bit later to kind of get into exactly what.
So you've been having a good week.
I was having a
barring all the
pretty decent week, but then yesterday was I'll say yesterday evening was afternoon to the rest of the evening was trying, and then today all day I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling sick. I was feeling sick all day. I'm glad I'm upright right now. I was in the fetal position for a good portion of the day today because I don't know, I was having some issues with my belly. I don't know if I got the I don't know what it is. The belly pains. So I don't know what it is, but it's like every morning, if y'all are checking me out, man, and we got any medical professionals in the house, holla at your boy, because I ain't got no insurance. So, for real, because, I mean, it's like I got, like, just about every morning, dude, I'm running to the toilet.
Wow.
Just about. And that's been, you know what I'm saying, for couple months now.
You must know your house pretty well, man. Cause
my bathroom was right across.
Okay.
Right across.
I was about to say, man,
running.
running.
If I move, we get in our own suite. That's just a fact. I already know.
You running.
Part of it.
You ain't running into obstacles yet. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the messed up part about it. You know what I'm saying?
Thankfully, I'm usually the first one up in the house. You know, especially to do that. Oh yeah, I'm usually the first one up in the house to do that. So, yeah, there's no issues, but yeah, for anybody out there, I don't know if it's IBS or what, but holla at your boy, because I ain't got no insurance. I know we need to do better in 2020, but a lot of folks are unemployed. I'm not. But a lot of folks are unemployed and or don't have insurance, which I don't. So, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where it is, and that's kind of what it is right now. But what about you? How was your week?
Oh, man, my week been pretty cool, you know, doing that work from home stuff, but still doing what I do. Getting it done. It's been hectic as hell, man. Like just
I can believe
this thing together.
I know you got like you doing like real work.
Yeah, man.
You're doing that sweat equity they call it.
Man, bro, like I had to like today I had to pick up 14 windows by myself, like and just 2 and like 7 of them I had to move up a flight of steps. Like I was like, man. Wow. It's crazy, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Like I'm not really worried about it.
That's what it's about
right now. Like the more the project comes together, the happier I get about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping off like the hard work part of it. But sometimes it can get mentally draining knowing that I got to put in the work and like think about the next step and all that, and think about getting everything taken care of. But it's gonna work out. I'm confident.
See, that's called investment. That's called what? Manifestation of your like. First of all, it's called faith in yourself. I'll say that. First, it's called faith in yourself. You know, you're doing your thing.
You got to, man.
You got to have that because if you don't believe in you, who else will? You dig? So I dig that. I respect that. And again, I'm gonna say it right now on the live, but for real, dude, if you need some help on the weekend, I mean, cause I'm working now. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? But if you need some work, holla at me.
But everything else been cool though, man. I've been cool, just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Man.
What's popping this week? What we got this week, man?
Okay, all right. So you know, like we've been talking. I won't say we have, but in the zeitgeist, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Right now, we're hearing a lot of people talking about what is it they like to say? Systemic racism. People talk about systemic racism a whole lot.
Okay.
So you know, I decided to tap in with this book I've been kind of peeping out.
What's the name of it?
The name of the book is The Color of Law. The
Color of Law.
Yeah, the color of law, and I think it's exceptional. Y'all should check it out. It's not really like a story time read or something like that, but it's factual. It's a nonfiction joint, and it just really kind of hits home. Basically the origins of the segregation and stuff that we're dealing with, and to me, I don't know about for anybody else, but to me, it really seems like it illustrates kind of where a lot of the angst and everything that people talk about, it kind of gives a name to your pain. You know, It kind of says, okay, I know people are just mad. Now you know who to aim your anger at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
Almost. And I won't say unfortunately, but I don't think it's too many. I don't think it's too. What's the word I want to say? I don't think it's that much of a surprise when people find out who it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When they find out it's the government, because, spoiler alert, it's the government. When they find out the government's basically the reason for segregation, for systemic racism, at least on some of the levels that we experience. And now obviously we could talk about the court system. We could talk about, policing. We could talk about all that stuff. But today we're talking about real estate. So let me just get it in. So, for those of y'all who are new to the info rail, your boy Seven likes to be a little talkative, so I apologize. I've been doing my best to try to keep it short, simple, and sweet, so we can get to the meat.
Just wait till we get to them stories, man.
Man, we gonna get there a little bit. Let me man. Hold on. Okay, so the time we're talking about. So, first of all, I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Hef, have you ever heard of a thing called de facto segregation?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay.
Now, I don't know a lot about it to speak on it, but I've heard of it before.
Okay. So de facto segregation basically is like what they call segregationists so de facto just means like it just happened. It happened on its own. Nobody planned it. It was almost like an accident. So that's basically kind of what they're saying. So when they say de facto, well, that's what de facto means. And then we talk about segregation, they're basically saying like people were segregated because, for various reasons. Like, people were segregated because, black people just want to live with black people. White people just want to live with white people. That's just kind of how that is. Or,
everybody wants to be amongst their own. Like,
yeah. Or maybe there were a few
some
bad
people
actors.
Were forced.
Right. I was going to say, or maybe there were like some bad actors or something like that. And some of the actors were like the bankers or the realtors who didn't want to sell to minorities or something like that. Maybe that was the issue, right?
Okay.
Or maybe it was just the fact that black people were just broke. Maybe black people were poor, right? So
they just had no choice.
They couldn't afford to live. So those are some of the reasons. That's what they call de facto segregation. Generally they'll say, people just live with them, live like that because they wanted to. That's just kind of how it worked out. But they can't help it that they chose to live in poverty. All the black people just want to live together, so they all chose to live in the projects.
Yeah,
that's kind of how they say stuff like that. That's basically how they put that, right? I'm here to tell you that all is an absolute myth, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, now. As we unravel all this, we'll get to talking about why. But basically, do you know what public housing is? You know what public housing is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell the folks what you think public housing is.
to me, public housing, it means that you get to live somewhere that's affordable, somewhere that the government helps you to take care of your monthly responsibilities, where you is possibly not your, like, if you have ambition, not your final destination.
Yeah.
But
it's like
it's like, just a stop.
Like
stop,
a bridge,
yeah,
almost. Yeah.
Like a gap.
Yeah.
Like you're just bridging that gap.
There you go.
And like for people who ran into hard times or whatever, they just usually are the ones that they have to qualify for it, for one.
Hashtag not qualified.
They got to qualify for it, for one. And two, they just get placed. They get placed there. They don't get to choose their neighbors and none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I get from it.
Okay. Now, did you know that public housing was actually, well, I put it like this. A lot of people think like you know, like what you're saying. So you know, it's a stopgap. It's supposed to help people, and or they'll take it even further and say stuff like, you know, that's where all the poor people live. Of course, public housing, that's where all the poor people live. That's where all the people who, you know, single moms who have, you know, a bunch of kids, you know, public housing.
No fathers around.
That or a bunch of deadbeat men who have no jobs. That's what they, you know, like that. That's what they'll say all the time, right? Well, here's the truth about public housing. Public housing actually started for middle-class families.
Okay. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised.
I mean, it was for actually people who could afford to pay. They just, at that time, didn't have a place for people to live.
Okay.
So they created these public housing for, it was basically, it was like middle-class families who could afford a place to live but didn't have any place to live. So the government made these buildings or whatever. So that way they could have a place to stay while they was working, right?
Okay.
But Public Works, you might have heard of that, Public Works and other federal organizations like that, they created segregated public housing, which basically segregated the people that up until that point weren't segregated. So basically what was happening, so we're talking about the 20s, 30s, and 40s, you know what I'm saying, post, you know, Depression era and a little bit after, right? Just as we're getting into and beyond World War II.
Okay.
So right around that time, it was like, homie, we had segregation that was going on between, you know, or that wasn't going on between the people because everybody realized we're all poor. So you had white people, black people, they were all living together anyway. Mm-hmm. That's how that was anyway, right? But then Public Works came through and was like, nah, we need to start separating this thing up and splitting people around, right? So that's when we get into like, and that was happening up until we got to about the 50s, right?
Okay.
So in the 50s, huge nail came and hit, you know what I'm saying, and started making some things that was supposed to be temporary, permanent. And so suddenly the cities was building projects everywhere. Cities, so you know, it was part of the, you know, jobs were starting to come around. Black people from the South were starting to come up north to work. They didn't have a place to live, so they would start to build places for the black people to temporary housing for black people to live, like on the train routes, along the bus routes, right? All of that around the if they took a boat up there, even, you know what I'm saying, by the docks, whatever, however you wanted to get it, that's where they had places for people to live, for black people to live. White people, they made more, you know, residential, you know, middle income type housing, but they made it in the city for them to stay in, right? But again, this was supposed to be temporary because the black people were under the idea that they were going back home. Right. I mean, or everybody was under the idea that black people were going back home, so they would just come up to work, make some money, go back south, right? Okay. But what started to happen in the 50s is that, like I said, they were making projects everywhere. So just imagine you got your whole city. Projects for white people started emptying out.
Okay.
Projects for black people
started filling up.
Dude, they not only were they full, they were getting waitlisted.
Wow.
So people were put on a wait list to get into the projects, right? So that was when they said, oh, okay, Public Works was like, all right, fine, let's go ahead and open up all the projects within the city, you know, wherever they are, for all black people. So now all the black people are, you know, can live in the projects, right? So they're doing all that. Then what happens? The jobs leave. So now the jobs leave. Nobody has anywhere to work. Now you got a place to live, no place to work. What happens? The government comes in and says, "Hey, let's subsidize your housing. Let's give you, housing vouchers. Let's give you some sort of way to, some form of food stamps or something like that. Let's, try to help you out.
Help you out.
Put you on
while we're helping you out,
homie. Let's help you out while we're relegating you to this one area. We caging you in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it seems like help, but you're really caged in. So now you got people who couldn't afford rent, right? Government stepped in and helped them out, and I mean we got to the point where like even the maintenance man left. Wow. So like back then the maintenance man was like one of the best jobs you could have because he got good bread.
He was busy,
man.
He stayed busy, I bet.
So basically, so now you got nobody to take care of the buildings. People who have nowhere to go, just getting like a little bit of stipend from the government. Basically, that ended up turning those projects into these vertical slums. You know what I'm saying? Where just people were just staying there. So then what happened? Oh my goodness. So everything's bad. You're in the city. All the black people in the city. White people. Now, this is the weird thing. So this is like the 50s. Nobody had the intention or even had the thought, the mindset of saying, hey, let me leave the city and move to a whole other city in the suburbs. Because they didn't have the suburbs then. Okay. There was no suburbs. There was no such thing. But let's say you wanted to create a suburb. All right? You want to create a suburb. You want to make an area of about 15 to 17,000 houses. You know what I'm saying? You think you can go to the bank and say, hey, bank. Yeah, I mean, let's say you're a white man. You're a white man in the 50s. Even then, you think you can come to a bank to have them help you make 17,000 houses?
Nah, probably not.
Okay. Well, you're right. So what ended up happening?
I mean, with what I know now, probably not.
Dude, here's the thing though. So just for example, so the town of Levittown is a town that's east of New York, right? That's a town that prime example that got used in it was a man by the name of Levitt who went to the government and gave him his plans. These are the roads I want to make. This is all I want to do. And the government was like, all right, cool. That's what you want to do? Bet. We're going to go ahead and give you the money for it, right? So,
so Levitt got his money?
Well, here's the thing. So they allowed the builders to submit their plans for the, and the materials and the streets, and they could do all that stuff, but they had to agree to one thing.
What's that?
What do y'all think that one thing?
What's that?
Man, what do y'all think the one thing is that the white man had to do for the government to get his money so he could build his 17,000 houses?
What?
He just had to agree not to sell none to black people.
Damn.
The government said that.
Damn.
You have to agree
not to sell to black people.
You
that
dig?
Is crazy.
You dig?
That is crazy. So like at this point, black people wasn't supposed to own like
anything.
That's an asset. Owning a home is an asset, right? So
yeah.
At this point,
yes.
At this point, black people are not supposed to own like no assets.
Yes.
That's the agreement he had to come.
That's one asset that black people were not supposed to own. We are not supposed to own a house.
A house.
Yeah, not supposed to have a house or anything like that.
Wow.
Now, to take it even further. So, all the white people we were just talking about who had moved, who, they left the city, where they went? Well, they went to the suburbs. And they were allowed to move into these houses that were being built. And you know what their agreement had said to them?
What?
Well, you can move in as long as when you leave, you never sell to a black person or rent. You never sell or rent to a black person.
So it was just all in essence to like just lock black people out, like just be locked out.
Absolutely.
Have them depending on whatever silly structure that we gonna create for them to live. Like we just gonna, all right, this is where y'all gonna live at. We gonna put you here. You never own it. We just gonna act like we're helping you, but we're helping ourselves, and we're just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah,
getting richer and richer,
hey,
building equity.
Hey, look at
building
that. Look
equity,
how you said that. Hey, absolutely. That's
building equity.
That's what it is, and it's like, I'm glad you used that word. Absolutely. So let's fast forward, right? So, now the homes that they were building, they were like $8,000, $9,000, maybe $10,000, right?
Pretty affordable.
They were very affordable.
Okay.
Black people had money. I mean, the black people who had jobs, they had money and they could have afforded that.
Right.
They could have afforded that. It wasn't a whole lot. Like in today's dollars, that would be like $90,000. And $90,000 is what, twice the average. The average person makes about $40,000 to $45,000 a year right now. You double that, just about anybody can get a $90,000 house if you're making $45,000 a year. Just about anybody. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
With the help with the bank and a 30-year loan.
But they intentionally locked the black people out, right? So the black people were prohibited from getting one, even though, like I said, even though they could afford it. So now those homes today, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 or more.
It's dirty, man.
You dig? So white people gain exponentially. You dig? I mean, they ended up going up. You know what I'm saying? They got upwards of $500,000 in equity. You dig? What did they do with that equity? Oh, well, they could, send their kids to school. You know what I'm saying?
They could build prisons.
Send their kids to medical school, law school, take care of medical expenses, any emergencies they have.
They build more equities.
You dig?
They build more equity.
And they have a legacy that they can use to pass on to their children.
A legacy they can also use to gain, to build more properties or to gain more assets. A lot of times they don't even got the credit to do it, but they just got like one thing I learned doing what I'm doing now is they get to the point where like, oh, get your credit score up.
Yeah.
You get your credit score up, you cool. Then they go, what kind of collateral do you have? Like, okay, I got the credit score up. Why do I need collateral at this point?
Well, you got the credit score that shows that you are financially responsible. But you still need the collateral
assets.
Shows that you know
still need capital.
Know how to get money. You know how to get money. I think that's what that's about. To show that not only are you financially responsible, but you also are respectful and understand what to do with the money that you get.
Okay, but put that beside somebody who's white and they've been have equity in the family. They're established. Mm-hmm. It's nothing for them for grandpa to say, hey, all right, I'll be a guarantor for this. He's gonna get it. Period. Point blank. Yeah. You're gonna get it. Yeah. You're gonna get it.
Most times,
and that's what I'm saying. They use that equity. They use that equity to build other equity. Like, okay, we got this. All right, I'm just gonna co-sign you on that. You can get whatever. We, on the other hand, we don't have that advantage.
No, we don't. That's why I keep saying we have no advocacy. We have no allegiance, and we have no allies. That's what I'm saying. That's basically how it seems to always come out for us. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's kind of how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? And let's just get.
But I'm gonna let you keep talking about your systemic racism. I don't want to get in there. No. I got some stuff to say.
You good? I'm almost done. So
we're gonna get there.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. But so here's the thing. So as a result, so if we just extrapolate that and bring that to right now, black wealth now is about 10% of white wealth.
Yeah.
If not less. On average, black wealth is about 10%.
I'm not surprised. Not at all.
And this is all due to I had to write this down. The unconstitutional housing policy portrayed by our government. It's never been remedied, and it undergirds. I mean, like, dude, like almost all of the amounts of racial animus that we're experiencing and that pervades this nation to
right
this
now.
day.
Right
to
now.
This day.
Right now.
To this day. You know what I'm saying? Let me move this straight. I feel like you wasn't getting
No, I'm good. Like it's just the screen. It's just this one. It's just this one scene. I'm in there. I'm in there. It's just this one scene.
But so that's what it is. It's like we were completely, and I like how the sister says it right here. Blacks were blocked from any situation where they could be potential, where there could be potential gains. Absolutely,
bro. I said this like a couple of weeks ago about the Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. They burnt it down.
Burnt that hole to the grizzle.
They burnt it down because what? They wasn't gonna be in the conversation.
Yeah.
They wasn't gonna be in the conversation,
dude. That's the thing, and it continues to happen. That's that, and so we keep fighting. So then when we're out in these streets and when people are out and protesting and all that stuff, it's like I hope people understand that. Yeah, sure, they're fighting and they're upset, But there's a huge amount of vitriol and a huge amount of systemic issues that we have yet to face because no one has really taken the time to say, hey, we need to hold somebody accountable. That wasn't right. And now we need to go back and do some sort of reparative action, reparations, of some sort of way. I'm saying because that's what reparations are. Yeah. They are a reparative action towards the people who have been wronged. Well, exactly. It don't get no wronger than the U.S. It don't get no
wronger. It's
a
business, bro.
Man, hey,
it's a business. Like, remember, like, the other day we were talking in the group, and I said, like, how's it different when a white person pulls up on a block, walking around the block, we just automatically assume, that's the feds, or he up here surveying the land to start a business.
That's the clipboard. What I used to call that oh man, what is it? The clipboard experience. Basically, get you a random white dude, give him a clipboard, and have him walk anywhere. People would be like, walk anywhere where there aren't other white people around, just with other black people or something. Watch the black people go, what does he do? Man, he's important. What is he?
Yeah, he automatically is important.
He got to do better.
When he could just be a janitor. He could just be a janitor, like
a cook,
looking for businesses to clean or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we automatically assume that he's doing something important. He's gonna do something for this neighborhood, and he doesn't get treated as a regular schmegular black person walking around if you went to somebody's hood and just be walking around, somebody gonna step to you. Dude, hey, bro, what you doing here?
Yeah. I mean,
what's up? They gonna try to ask you.
Gonna come to you. You know who is dude? Who is homie? Hold on, what you doing over here? You know you lost, dude. What you doing? All of that. We'll give big bravado and all kinds of bravado for somebody that we don't know that's not us.
Right.
I'm sorry, for somebody who's us. But then when we see somebody who isn't
not us, they just automatically, they important.
Oh yeah.
Let's leave them alone.
They the homie.
I see the question on here. I wonder how reparations will be calculated. Man, I think about that from time to time. Like how would they know who is it? Just one big pot and based off your age or your age become a factor. You know, like these lawyers when they get these lawsuits or whatever settlements or whatever they say, okay, this is the pot. We're gonna divide it based on these factors or whatever. Z, 1, 2, 3, right. So how do you think reparations will be divided?
See, I don't think. First of all, I don't think it would be. First, you got to figure out what the number is before you can divide it. So
okay.
I think that's what I'm saying. You got to figure out what the number is. So what are we dividing? So I think first you have to. What was it? Mary Williamson, who was running for president for a hot second. She was one of the only candidates who actually was like, yes, I'm for reparations. Let's do it. And she was talking about it should come out to, it was like almost about $2 trillion or something like that. Actually,
so $2 trillion.
Actually, it's about more like 40 trillion or something.
All right,
like that.
40 trillion. That's like what, 10 times.
But that would be the equivalent of 40 acres and a mule that was given to all the slaves that they had at the time, extrapolated over time with the interest that would have been given to them had they received it over all this time.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how they would come out to that, what that number is. I think that's how they've been calculating it, somewhere around there. Because I've heard numbers as low as 40, as high as 100 trillion. You know what I'm saying? So, and everyone would say like, oh well, that would completely bankrupt the U.S. They've been printing.
No, it wouldn't.
The U.S. been printing money like crazy, and they had all kind of money that they could use to throw into the stock market. They had all kinds of money they could use to throw into. As a matter of fact, they're using it to uphold the stock market right now, so that the stocks don't, like they may have a day like today where the stocks didn't do that well, but overall they're gonna keep on going up because the government is basically trying to make sure that nothing fails right now. So they got money.
They got money. They got money to blow. But
yeah,
the question is like you said, how would this money that they're giving us like one thing I learned about businesses and equity. One thing I learned about business and equity, when they pay out money, when okay, this is a gift, it has to be beneficial for the donor. It's not just I'm just a tax write off, whatever. I'm donating $200,000. Okay. I'm probably gonna only I'm putting 150,000 in an account offshore that you probably never see. Nobody will never know about it. But 150,000 is actually going there. 50,000 is going to the actual organization that I'm donating to. Mm-hmm. So I'm not getting taxed on 250,000, but I still have 150,000 hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's beneficial for them. Like, they're not getting taxed on this.
Yeah.
And that's fine and dandy. But how with reparations, how much money do you think that they'll afford to give us to give, or would they just be giving us money to give back to them?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, basically, that's what these stimulus checks are, just money they're giving to give back. They're giving us to get back. They're like, hey, here's that $1,200. December, here come April 15, 2021. I'm going to need that back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
or here go Walmart having a sale.
Yeah. Either way, like, you're going to get rid of that. I mean, I don't know anybody. Well, I won't say I don't know anybody. I know quite a few people who have used their stimulus checks and done things
to lift up their communities.
Well,
or invested in something.
Well, I mean, some people have done things like donated it to some local restaurants or something, because a lot of restaurants didn't get, you know what I'm saying, the stimulus check, the stimulus that the government was looking to, said that they were going to give out. Most of the money they gave out were the Fortune 500 companies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the mom and pops, the small businesses that were the mom and pops, they didn't.
They ain't getting no money.
And if you black, you damn sure didn't get anything. I think it was like 99.5% didn't get nothing who applied. So yeah. Did
you apply?
Yes. Yeah, I did apply.
Did you get through with it?
I applied. I got through with it. And now I've been approved for a loan.
Okay.
But no, I didn't just get any sort of government stimulus, anything for my business. Not at all. Let's see, my boy. Let's see.
Your boy didn't qualify, man.
Oh yeah. Hashtag not qualified.
Not qualified,
that's
man.
It.
That's
what
I'm saying. That's why I got to build it from the ground up, man.
That's it. But see,
learn as you go.
But that's a good thing. You appreciate it more. You hold on to it better, I think, when it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. He says it's going to be given just like how the Jews, Japanese, Native Americans got theirs. I mean, I would hope so. I honestly don't think they'll actually do it though.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
I don't know what it'll take for some sort of measure or effort to actually happen for them to say
this is why I think it won't happen. All right, with that reparation money, it gives black people a chance to have equity. Having equity, you come to the table with these people, the decision makers. They have equity, so people with equity have a voice. If they give us a voice, it's gonna shift the whole system.
Yeah, because we loud.
Yeah, it's gonna shift the whole system. Like, imagine giving us some money and be like, hey, here go your money. Take this. This is your reparations. I'm like, oh, I can take this and go sit at the table with them. I'm gonna go sit at the table with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the thing. And I'll hear, goofy black people and white people, whatever, saying super stuff like, oh, dude, that's going to make Cadillac or that's going to make a Range Rover the #1 car dealership. So what? So fucking what? I'm sorry to cuss, but so what? I mean, because here's the thing. What do people do when they're not used to having money? A lot of people do stupid stuff with it.
Go get some stuff they couldn't buy before.
But you know what happens and here's the thing. Some people get smart and say, hey, I don't want to do that again. And they come up with better ways. And other people just say, screw it. They're basically like the people who are on subsidized housing.
Be like, YOLO.
Like and they're like, I got this. I'm gonna live off it.
I only live once.
Best I can. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
I only live once. I'm gonna spend it how I want to.
I'm gonna do it again. I mean, to each his own. But here's the thing. If it's owed, it's owed. Don't give a damn about how I spend it. Right. That's mine. If it's owed to me, it's owed to me. Period. Give me my money. Or give me my money, my effort, my reparations, my free taxes, my college loan forgiveness, my free tuition, whatever. However you want to do it, make it, set it up. Whatever you want to do it.
All right. So you say you're okay with it, with them giving us the money, and we just spend it on whatever we want to spend it on.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, now I would hope we do something good with it. And I'm sure there's gonna, there are financial advisors among us who will be like, no, brothers and sisters, let's go ahead and do this. I got this plan here, and I wrote up this, yeah. And there are gonna be some of us who invest in stuff like that. Absolutely. But at the same, and there's gonna be people who are gonna look down, and this is all me just speaking like as if it's actually inevitable. I personally think it is, but who knows? But I know there's gonna be people who are gonna look down on the money that black people get, because if let's say you ain't had no money yesterday, but today you Ava Gabor out in this piece for all the old folks. You know what I'm saying? You Jaja in this piece. You know what I'm saying? You're Fergie. You're Cardi B. Whatever. Whoever is rich and got money, you that chick, right? So now you're that person. When yesterday you was broke. So today they look at you and just say, oh, you got your reparations, huh? That's your reparations money. The same thing they do with tax money now. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. So who cares where the money came from? Does it spend right? Does it spend the same? Do I have more? Do I have more than you? Or do I have not even more than you? Do I have enough that I'm comfortable? Can I move around with it? Because that's really what it comes down to. It's about comfort and not comfort level. And I think black people have been uncomfortable for so freaking long, and everyone else is just looking at us like, why are you guys making all this noise? I thought you guys were good. That's why you're singing all those songs about poverty and coming up in the hood and stuff. Isn't that why you guys are doing that? You guys are making those songs so like we can like dance to it or whatever. But like I know we're like dancing to your pain, but whatevs. It's party music for him. Yeah, but I'm just saying like that's kind of how it comes across, and I'm sure it'll be looked at that way. But personally, I do not care. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I'll leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're talking about segregation. We're talking about reparations. We're talking about the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, people just haven't been getting what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. And here's the thing. I'm always amazed at the fact that, excuse me, some people will say stuff like, I've never owned any slaves. Why do I need to be held accountable? What do you mean? I don't. And it's like, why do we have to keep telling you this? Just because you didn't. Just give us the damn money. Nah, I don't mean like that. I was going to say, but just because you ain't drive the truck, I mean, hell, you got here some kind of way. What are we talking about? I remember I had a friend who, and RIP to her. She actually passed away not too long ago. But I had a friend who I remember when I was just coming out of college. And I think she had me like by a year or two or something like that. But she wasn't a college grad. Okay. She worked for the state for a while. That's how we met. And then later on, she ended up working at pharmaceutical. I think she was working for Teva, doing pharmaceutical sales. So she went from, with no degree, she went from working for the state with me to making six figures as a pharmaceutical rep. She was a big girl, so it's not like she was like, because usually they hire like skinny people, like the good looking girls or whatever who are like, schmooze with the doctors and whatever. That's how they make their sales. But with her, she was like a bigger girl and still made her six figures. But here's the thing. She got in because that's what all her brothers did. Okay. All so her brothers, she had it. None of them have a degree. You dig? Meanwhile, I have 3. And I had no job. I was like, what is going on? Like that was where we were at that time. I was like, what the really? So I tried to apply where she was and try to do what she was doing. Oh, I didn't happen for you. Never even got an interview, bro. Man. Never even got up in there. Not at all. And I actually know medical terminology. She didn't even know the stuff. Hey, you said you got a whole Rosetta Stone for medical terminologies, and you still didn't get the job. I got none of that. So then when I was talking to her and telling her about like I was having some housing issue or something like that, and she was like, because I think I was in the hood, and I was like, man, it's kind of wild out here. Yeah, man, I wish I could go somewhere else. And she said, well, why don't you just move? Move where? But I'm thinking like. Do you know what living paycheck to paycheck is? Like, mind you, she had just bought a house, a 4-bedroom house in Belton. Wow. You dig? No, Joplin, because that's where she was from, Joplin. So, dude, she was like completely oblivious, and she was just throwing out these. I don't think she was oblivious. She's just like.
painting a broad brush on your situation, thinking that you can apply the same method that she.
Like you could just.
Yeah, you can do the same.
This is easy.
Yeah, you can do it. Like you can do the same thing that I did, type deal. But she doesn't understand that it doesn't work for everybody the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, absolutely, and that's what I try to convey to her. But it's like she didn't even get it. She was completely oblivious to the fact that, hey, it was difficult. It was difficult AF to try to get myself up out of that, and that was with degrees. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway.
Not the one from Walgreens, man, but the actual ones that you went to school for 4 or 5 years.
More degrees than a thermometer, you dig? And I still wasn't going nowhere. Man.
Still wasn't qualified.
Anyway, well, man, so let's go ahead and move on to the next. I don't want to harp the issue too much, you dig? But I do want to make sure that people understand, you know, this is the KC Info Rail, and this is none other than your boy 7.
It's your boy Randy Hef, your grandmother's favorite, man. Look at me, man. Look, you might see me on your grandmother's dresser or something somewhere. That's my picture, dog.
That's my baby. That's what's going to happen.
All right. Next up, we got Are You Sick Yet?
Are you
sick yet?
Are y'all sick yet? I'm just
man.
Okay, so the topic is Are You Sick Yet? We're really just talking about like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And not so much Black Lives Matter, but just the protests in general. From CNN and 2 other news outlets I was looking at, I can't remember the other 2. Nobody really, like, there was been no huge uptick in the corona cases until now. Until now.
It raises a lot of questions, though. Like, what happened?
Well, I mean, but think about it. So if somebody's out there who's asymptomatic and they're coughing and sneezing and hacking and wheezing, they're saying, okay, I'm not going to leave. I got to make sure I go out here in March because I believe in this, whatever. They're still going to go out there and do their thing. And or they could be somebody who's asymptomatic and doesn't show any of that, but they still have it. So now you got 2 people, one person who's showing, one person who doesn't. They're both out there. And now you got a bunch of people around them. What you're supposed to do is still quarantine yourself for 14 days after you have some sort of exposure, right?
Right.
So if you quarantine yourself for 14 days, that will bring us, or 14 to 21 days, that will bring us about to now, when the second wave is kicking off. You know what I'm saying? When we're having all these second waves and everything. So for all the people who have been out there in the protest and who are still protesting, first of all, thank you. I support you, and I thank you for your efforts. But are you taking care of yourselves? I want to ask, are y'all sick? Is anybody sick out there?
Man, like I'm watching CNN and I'm seeing like they just have this like Texas and Florida, all these places that initially when the coronavirus came about, it was it doesn't spread that much in warm places, and all these places that are hotspots right now are pretty much warm places. Like they just had to shut down bars and all that stuff in Florida. They had reopened. Now bars and everything are shutting down.
So you think that kind of exacerbated?
That was a myth. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand like how like people just function off these myths. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we hear something that sound good, it feel good, then it's like, oh yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Like somebody coming to you with all confidence in the world. Man, I can go to Florida right now. It ain't no coronavirus down there. Let's go on a vacation. Mm-hmm. But if we look on the news, we look everywhere. That's the places that's getting affected right now.
Everywhere, dude. When we did the podcast and I was out of state, bruh, I was in Arkansas.
Right.
As I was leaving Arkansas, the day we left Arkansas, there was an article that said Arkansas is the new hotbed for corona. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere is a hotbed.
You can't get. They were like, I mean, here, think about it. I don't know about you, but prior to that, I hadn't heard anything about the state of Arkansas.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Next thing I knew, I heard Fayetteville, Grady, Thibodeau. You know, like all these towns. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Wow, these spots getting hit. What's happening? What
had you questioning yourself, huh? Like,
man,
dang,
I was just.
Do I need a quarantine? Glad. Like, or not? It just like I'm saying this. They saying Arizona now.
Yeah. Yeah,
all these places are hot spots.
I mean, Arizona, you heard Texas. They just shut down the what was it? I'm sorry, not shut down, but they were reopening the state for everything, and immediately they reversed position on that.
Wow.
So they reversed position on that and shut down all bars, all of them in Texas. Come on, man. I mean,
do you think it's gonna get to like Missouri, where like Missouri might be a hot spot soon, or do you think?
I mean, Missouri is a hot spot. I was just reading. Shoot, yeah, we just had our highest amount of contamination 2 days ago.
Wow.
That same day, then we'll get to it.
But it's just like it got me wondering, like, man, all right, they gave us some money for relief. We thought it was going away. We had like how is it? It's just so casual. Why do we think it was
going away?
No, I'm saying like the way the president acts is just so casual.
But see, that's what it is. It's about. I mean, it's people follow the leadership. So if the leadership isn't about or doing anything, you know what I'm saying? Then what are we? What are we following? We follow his lead, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, the president doesn't wear a mask, so I'm not wearing a mask. Period. He doesn't wear a mask, I'm not wearing a mask. President doesn't do it, I'm not doing it. He likes to fondle teenage girls, I like to pause. But I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just Hey, I'm just saying, y'all know what y'all president did. Quit acting like he didn't have, what was it, 22 cases against him for sexual assault in some form or fashion before he became president. Quit acting like he didn't have a case that was pending when he and there's paperwork and document for you to see of there was a case that was set up between him and him and Jeffrey Epstein. Basically, Trump ended up getting with the teenage girl that Epstein wanted to get with first. So because of that, Epstein went and raped her. So after Trump got with her, she was 13, and then and gave her virginity away to Trump. Well, not gave, he took it. Once that happened, Epstein came through, and you can read all the documents. I'm sorry, I know this sounds bogus.
I'm watching the they got a
that document, the Netflix thing. Please get on and watch it. It's crazy, but I'm saying, so Epstein got mad that the girl virginity was taken by Trump, so he then raped her and beat her upside her head while he was raping her because he was like, only I get to do this, some goofy stuff like that. That's all in this documentation. You can check that out. I wish I was just making this up. You can check all that out. There's tons of crazy stuff I can pull out of my ass. That ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I tell you what I'm sick of though.
What that?
Sick of this president. I'm sick of that. Like I'm sick. Like
I mean, yeah,
bro. Like I don't even listen to it. Like it's just like to me at this point, it's just.
Horrible. And anybody who works in the government building, I bet you hate it because his base is there as soon as you walk in every day.
You see his little clown looking self. Like
man, I want somebody. I swear, I be wanting somebody to just be like, nah, I got to do something to this picture. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody bold enough to do it. Or just
do something to Trump's picture?
Yeah, or just take it down in the government buildings or something like that. I will say it's interesting the amount of the amount of like small microaggressions of disrespect that I see towards him. I know we kind of getting off the subject, but
we fine.
I think about that because what is it? So like anytime you say president, you're talking about the president of the United States. If you're writing it, you're supposed to capitalize the P. Even if you don't say his name, because you're talking about the president of the United States, you're supposed to capitalize the P. And I've been seeing like a lot of times they say the president, blah, 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 the president, and small p, small p, small p. I'm just saying. It's small.
He get no love.
I'm just saying he gets none, homie. He gets none. You dig? So, whatever.
Small P's, all small P's for that guy, man.
Small P for a small P. Pause.
But yeah, what are you sick of, man?
Man, is it time?
Nah, not yet. Right, what are you sick of?
All right. No, actually, I had a. Y'all gotta forgive. I won't say you got to, but we've been eating. We got some jerk chicken over here.
Some jerk chicken.
You can't just let jerk chicken sit. What are we talking about? We both two yachty boys. You can't do that. Anyway, so So I apologize for that if I sound a little crazy, but I will say, I posted up something on my Facebook board on my page not too long ago. It was just pulling up a quote that Joe Biden made in 1977. So that was like 43 years ago, right? Okay, but he said it, right? Now I'm not somebody who is completely in the camp for either candidate, so I'm gonna just let that be known right now. I have no political alliances to either one of these minds. I think they're both horrible, to be quite honest. But I still will put up information about both these people just to say, hey, this is what they've said. Did you know this?
This is what they stand for.
This is what they've said. Did you know this? Now, maybe they've changed. Maybe they haven't. Because here's the thing. I know a lot of people who will do a lot. Well, yeah, I know a lot of people who will do a lot of crazy stuff and keep doing crazy stuff until somebody says, stop doing that crazy stuff.
Right.
But until somebody tells them,
they ain't gonna know no better.
They ain't gonna know no better.
Keep doing it.
So it was interesting watching all these people with their biases already firmly planted and baked into their heads, because they're so like, I just don't want to vote for Trump. Okay, cool. Don't vote for him. You ain't gotta vote for him. Vote for the other dude if that's what you want to do. Okay. I don't want Joe Biden. Get Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Get Joe Biden. So you go ahead if that's
you
what
can do whatever you like.
That's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you like. You get to do your thing if you want Joe Biden. Get Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't think that just because and people were getting upset
because he was Obama's +1.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Just because Obama had him on deck, what did he do while he was under Obama that we were supposed to be like, oh, okay, yeah, what did he do? That's what I'm saying.
He was just there.
He was just there smiling and pointing to people. Yeah, hey.
Has Obama even endorsed him yet? Or
yeah, he did. He came on this little goofy podcast, whatever. I mean, and Joe Biden also said some goofy stuff about 120 million people died from Corona.
Wow.
120 million people have died from it, is what he said. I know, he always misspeaks. So whatever. So that's what we're dealing with. So anyway, I put up this stuff about Joe only because I'm like, dude, I want to give everybody the opportunity to have all the information that's out there, make an informed decision. But other people were kind of upset to the point where it was like, why you gotta bring up old stuff? And I'm like, okay, cool, that's his past. How do you know that's not still his present? Who corrected him? And because one sister, she kept, oh man, we kept going back and forth, and I was just like, man, you're getting really emotional right now.
This is what I don't got the time for.
Go ahead and look at the facts, look at the info. You're right. That's right. That's what happens when you doing a sweat equity thing. Hey, I'm working inside with air conditioning.
Bro, I'm that type of guy. Like I see somebody make a post on Facebook, I decide to comment on there, and then it turns into a whole debate. Mm-hmm. Like I start typing whatever I want to say, then I'm like, backspace. Mm-hmm. I don't got time for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's do something productive here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got time for it. But I like sometimes reading those discussions that people have on Facebook, because it provides insight. Like you said, something might be wrong, but the way you view it, you can view it from a different angle, and the other person views from a different angle that, like, it enlightens an outsider person who's just reading. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and my whole point was that, and because I think I posted it up, and I think I just put it up, and I said something like, but they said the choice is simple, or something like that. So I'm like, okay, cool, but it's not that simple to me. But
right.
Right on. Everybody do what y'all need to do. Here's my thing. I think we need to stop acting like any of these candidates are just for us because they put a D or R by their name. Like, everybody moves for their own self-interest. That's what all that was happening in that post with me arguing with everybody. Everybody was talking about their own self-interest. Why you got to talk about this? I'm like, what? If this is what you stand on, if you already gonna vote for Joe, then me putting up something about some craziness that he said shouldn't sway your vote, right?
Right.
Then what's the problem? What are you talking about?
We don't have a problem.
I like my boy Rio. So you asked, one of my sick of. He said we should be sick of all these old white supremacist presidents and these old white supremacists who want to be presidents. I'm sick of them too. I'm even more so sick of billionaires who want to influence or somehow push the president or push policy so that way they can benefit. Case in point, I was before we got started, I was talking about how we got 40 million people who are unemployed. 40 million people unemployed, homie. But at the same time, 40 million people are unemployed. We have the top 5 the top 5 richest people in America who are the 0.0001%. The top 5 people, all of them, their net worth increased by 20%. Every single one
Bezos
of them.
making a killing.
Think about that.
I know Bezos is making a killing right now.
Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, and one other dude. But all of them.
I know they're making a killing right now.
Dude.
Man.
I mean, think about this. So we got so just in the case of like Jeff Bezos. Okay. So Amazon is allowed to stay open. He gets to keep all his people open. He has a secret, a government contract with the post office that makes us, the people, pay the post office an additional $18 billion a year just because he's not paying anything. You dig? So how much stuff do we need to give to billionaires that we are funding? I mean, because then we think about this, dude.
I just said earlier.
No.
It's cool. It's cool. No. Remember, I just said something earlier that like people with equity don't just give away money just to give away money.
Yeah,
it's a reason behind it. Like it's a purpose behind it. It's not just to I'm gonna just give you $10,000. Nah, it's to save them some money.
Yeah,
it's to benefit them.
Absolutely, and you're right. So. And when you think about it like that, think about how Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos all have started off with government contracts.
Yeah.
They built their wealth off of government contracts. Exclusive deals that they set with the government to benefit. Meanwhile, so fast forward that to right now, 40 million people again unemployed. They were asking they went and asked the government for more money. They were asking the government for more money right now. You're a billionaire. Your wealth already increased by 20%. What the hell else do you need?
More money.
Oh, okay. Right on. My bad.
More money. More money.
My bad.
Man.
My bad.
Well, today's show has been brought to you by the Midwest Dancehall Reggae magazine, located here in Kansas City, Missouri. If you want to hit them up, you can hit them up on Facebook, Instagram, Midwest Dancehall Reggae, at Midwest Dancehall Reggae. Their email address is midwestdancehallreggae@gmail.com. If you want them to feature you in their magazine or feature your event in their magazine, just hit them up. All right, we got some topics to talk about, bro. We got something to talk about, bro.
Okay.
Like you know me, bro. I'm always coming up with some things that's slightly, it's different, but it's like it's kind of edgy per se. But this week,
wait, hold on. I think this needs to be said.
What Rio said?
I was say one last thing on the topic, then we can move on. Rio said, because deep down inside, it's killing him to have to vote for Biden, knowing he is old as hell, suffering from dementia, a white supremacist, and a lesser of two evils, while at the same time walking around saying, I don't trust white people and God is my source. I don't put my trust in man. Man, and you so right, dude. There are people out there who are doing all of that, doing the most, and I'm looking at them like, how do you just to reconcile all of that in one person is a hell of a lot of juggling, and I never learned how to do that, so that ain't my thing. Oh my God. But I'm sorry, but please. So we gonna move on to the next topic, but I just thought that needed to be said, and shout out to my boy Rio. I appreciate your input. Facts.
Man, shout out to Rio, man. You here with us every week.
Man.
And we gotta appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
We're Kansas City's fastest growing podcast. We've been consistent. We've been implementing new things in our flow. We're getting better. Mm-hmm. Every time we do a show, it gets better.
Facts.
So we're just doing our thing. And shout out to everybody who's been standing with us or riding with us every week. Last couple of weeks we've been going 2-3 hours or whatever.
Man, we've been getting it in. Well, I think we've been putting out some pretty decent content, so I'm happy with it.
But okay, like I said earlier,
yes sir.
I'm pretty edgy, so I straddle that line sometimes where of that. But the question I had this week that popped in my head,
Lord,
which one's better, being a hoe or just being stupid?
Whoa.
In the context of let's just put this in the context
who you calling stupid?
Let's just put it in the general context. In a relationship, a woman she's with a man, right?
Right.
She's with a man for let's say 10 years.
I'm gonna let y'all know the views and opinions expressed. Hey, I got a fiance I'm trying to get home to, so don't ruin it for me. That's all I gotta say. Do your thing.
Nah. But what I'm saying is, we all got past. We all got past or whatever. We got past life or whatever. But okay, a woman been with a man 10 years. The man, like, he's not perfect. Nobody's perfect per se, but the woman, she's more inclined to keeping the relationship on the right path than the man is. Is she stupid for staying with him and taking him back, mistakes after mistakes, mishaps after mishaps, whatever? Or if she were to say, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm not gonna waste another year of my life, another minute of my life. I'm gonna just step out, do me. I'm gonna get with as many dudes as it takes.
Why she gotta get with me?
No. I'm just saying, like, she needs companionship. It's just human interaction. Like they need, we all need companionship.
Absolutely.
So even though if you put up a wall or whatever, at some point you're gonna let it down for somebody.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully. But what I'm saying is, she goes, okay, I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna live my life. You're wasting my time and go. So what if she has to go through 36 dudes just to find that right one?
Hey, sometimes you gotta try on.
So which one is better? Being that girl that just sits and wait on a man, or being that girl that's just aggressive enough to go for what you want?
I don't know. I feel like we need to holler at the ladies of the council or somebody and get somebody to chime in on this. I mean, because I don't know. I feel like I don't think you're stupid for sticking around, because here's the thing. I feel like every relationship is different, separate, and it's its own entity, and it's between you and the person that you're in it with. Right. It's about y'all two, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's about you.
Sweat equity.
Yeah, it's about you and the person that you're in that relationship with, and it's about how much or how good or how bad, whatever agreements that you two have set between yourselves. If he decides, if he ain't doing X, Y, and Z that she likes, but she ain't really making no inroads or whatever to move, and she's cool with it, then who are we to judge? You know what I'm saying? What's good or bad or whatever.
My homie said, damn, 36.
If she's stupid or not.
My homie said, damn, 36, man. Sometimes,
Okay.
The road more traveled is more defined,
Listen, I'm just saying, I feel like, now 36 is kind of big straight.
But I'm saying, though.
No, but I just.
In the summertime. Okay. Summertime like this situation, we've been locked down.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure people's DMs are blowing up.
Man.
Boom, 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 boom. Left, right.
Percy's was popping last night. If anybody who is in the Kansas City area, Percy's was popping last night. I ain't even go in. I drove by. The line was outside. The cars was way down the road. And this was in a park. In the middle of a park. I never saw it. Anyway.
Popping. It's Kansas City.
All right, go ahead.
I'm saying, in a time like this, just using this time as reference.
Right.
Like, people ain't been out. Like, I'm sure, like, every woman that you see right now has options. Somebody hitting her up. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What like, it's somebody like people been so bored. They've been looking for things. They just been waiting to get out. So so at this time, they're just like, all right, cool. People shooting they shot left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right.
Right.
So she has options. So if she goes to one of the somebody when a shooter shoot they shot, she goes with them. It doesn't work. She has another one to go through.
Okay.
She hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
But each time you hook up, holler at, befriend, however you want to do it. Have you set that situation up? But every time you do that, I mean, you're gonna have to go through that, learning curve. Now, I would hope as you're doing that, you're learning something along the way, so you can say, okay, well, I learned what didn't work from the last one, so maybe I can apply this to this new situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully there's some level of, all right, let me switch this up, change this up, or something. Otherwise, you just crash into a wall every single time and saying, man, how come I ain't took off like a rocket yet?
Hey, but sometimes it takes 36 tries to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
no. It don't take that many tries, but I'm saying it takes like.
So you basically saying if a woman all right. So let's switch it up. So what if the woman? What if the dude? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing anything. She's mad about it. They together, whatever. Sure, that's the situation. They're two, couple together. She's doing everything. He ain't doing nothing, playing video games all day. Right? That's his life.
Okay.
Years together, right?
Right.
They break up. Then he decides, you know what? Let me grow up. And he gets really on. You know what I'm saying? Really becomes that six-figure figure. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, so now he's pulling in and raking in bread like it ain't nothing. Like, so it is should she feel bad that now he's gotten his life together? Or should she be like, okay, well, congratulations, good, you do you, whatever. Like if she goes ahead and moves on to a new relationship,
that's not as fruitful
right.
as this one.
It may be good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And compared to what she just came from, she's like, it's dope because all he did was play video games, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Just random walking down the street. She sees, hey, what's happening, X? How you doing? Oh my God, you're doing blah 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 blah.
I see you on TV.
Right, I saw your seminar. I took your seminar. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
something like that. So what should she feel like she's entitled to
what he's
to
got
his
going
shine
on right
now? No. Why you gonna wait until after we break up to start shining?
I mean, she can always try to go back if he'll take her back.
I don't know. I personally, I just feel like. Because this is an actual story. Mine is an actual story about. Okay. So there was this woman who I can't remember the name, but these are the details. Basically, a woman was married. They were married. She and her husband were married for about 10 years. For about 7 of those 10 years, he played video games, sat on the couch, and did basically nothing. When she said, "Okay, I'm fed up. I'm tired. I can't do this anymore," they broke up, got a divorce. He says, "Okay, fine. That's fine. Whatever." About 3 years passed. Only 3 years passed, right? She's in a new relationship. She happens to see him out the blue. He lost a little bit of weight, looking a little bit better. They have a conversation. He apologizes to her. He's like, I'm really sorry I wasted all your time. I'm really sorry about, I wasn't a better man to you, blah, 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 blah. Not because he's trying to get with her, but just because he feels like he needs to cleanse his soul, right? And then he says, all right, bet. I'm done. My man said it sounded like an episode of Insecure. I never seen the show, so, hey, right on. But, yeah, so he says, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to do X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. I should have been a better man, all this stuff. Just to kind of cleanse his soul, you know what I'm saying?
Clean his climate.
Right. Have that what is it? That cleansing moment or whatever, right? The soul cleansing moment. So does that, and now, even though she's in a new relationship with a new dude, now she feels like, how dare you get your life together after me?
And it happens.
So that's what I'm saying. So is she wrong?
Nah. I don't think so.
So you think she ain't wrong for feeling like that?
Nah, she could feel like that, but like, what's she gonna do about it though?
I mean, nah, that's true. Okay, I guess, yeah. I guess you are entitled to your feelings. Just your actions might be a little bit different. So, all right, right on. I could ride with you on that. I could roll that up and smoke it. I feel you. Right on.
But all right, let's apply this same situation to America.
Oh damn.
Let's apply the same situation, right?
Okay.
We've been putting up. Black people been putting up with this crap for years. Like, it seems like a different narrative every time it comes around election time. But then injustice still exists. Racism still exists.
Yes.
All this BS still exists.
Sorry.
In our relationship with America.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time we just like Lupe said, just move to Japan or somewhere else and try?
Man, if we all move to Japan, do you know how quick Japan would relegate us to the island that they have for their dark-skinned people?
So
Japan,
you think Japan
has an island that they push?
All right, and if they do that, we go to another island. We find somewhere else.
I don't know. Like, where is the place? Where is the
wherever that we consider better than America?
Ghana,
possibly.
Okay. I mean,
we go there till they accept us. If they don't accept us, we go to another country.
So then what? So we're supposed to be like, okay. So I guess in this scenario, we're the girl. The black people are
the girl.
All right. So then we leave America. Then what? America gets its racial act together after we leave. After we leave. All the black people are gone, and now America's like, you know what? We really suck at music. Our sports are bad, and we have no entertainment district anymore. And suddenly, all of our chicken thighs look like old white men when we cook them.
Now, all our black people, the things that we're entertained by, they leaving us. So we got to get our stuff together.
Right. So now, so they'll say, well, no, we've left. So we've
gone.
We've left, and they say. So they create a whole, like Ghana had the come back to Africa thing. So America creates a come back to America campaign to get all the. Can you imagine? No, I would just say no.
So you just gonna stay?
I put it like this: if I get the gumption to say I'm leaving America, I'm probably not coming back. I mean, I'll come back to visit, but if I really get enough. Get a hair up my ass enough to say, all right, I'm getting the hell up out of here.
So, and if it doesn't work, all right, let's say it doesn't work to your first stop.
Okay.
Do you keep going to another stop until you find somewhere that works for you?
Man, that's a good one. That's a really good question. Have to leave. Ask for the people that's watching. What do y'all think? I'll give my answer, but I'm just wondering, what do y'all think?
Yeah, what y'all think, man?
Would you?
Stay being stupid or just be a hoe?
Stay being stupid or stay being stupid or be a country hoe, a nation hoe. You just going from nation to nation. It's like, hey, konnichiwa, what's good? Okay, y'all don't. All right, right on. Wagwan. Oh, y'all don't. Okay, right on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta find the country that's cool for you, and you just gotta get it in. It's like, so is that what we supposed to be doing? Just going from? I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I think you're good to try to find the fit that works best for you. But I also don't think there's anything wrong with trying to work things out in the situation that you're in.
Got you.
But I don't think you should be stupid, because after a while, again, you can't keep trying to, squeeze a rock and trying to get blood out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you do understand, like, either or, the category of being a hoe or being stupid is based on somebody else's perception of what you're going through.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. People don't have to, and that's why I started this all off by saying what you do in your relationship is between you and the person you're in a relationship with. It shouldn't be anything for anybody else's consumption unless you make it so. So I shouldn't know about, this dude is a deadbeat unless that's what you want me to know about him. You know what I'm saying? And now that you've violated the trust that you and your person have, because now you telling me intricate stuff
details
between, between y'all two. That's the way I look at it, yeah.
Either or, bro. My point in even bringing this up is to say, to somebody, you're going to either be a hoe or you're going to be stupid.
My man said, I can't say being a hoe. The streets is watching. Right on, Rio. Right on.
The streets is watching.
You don't want to be out there. You ain't going to tell them you out there on the streets, huh? Right on. I feel you. But, dude, I don't know. I don't feel like that's something that I could do or engage in. Like for example, like me and my girl, we were engaged to be married. And if somehow things didn't work out, I don't see myself like saying, let me do like 7 more marriages or 36 more marriages before I figure it out. That's a whole lot of alimony. That's a whole lot of alimony you splitting, and I ain't got it like that. I told y'all I ain't got no insurance.
You're more.
We started this off saying I ain't got no insurance.
You're more inclined to sticking it out, then, right?
Yeah. I mean,
making it work.
Because my thing is, if I made this decision with the intent to make it work.
But to the onlooker, somebody outside of your perspective,
I don't care. They can look.
And that's my message. That's the message I was trying to get across.
You can look from the outside as much as you want. You ain't in here, homie.
That's the message I was trying to get across.
You ain't in the circle.
That's it. That's all I was trying to get across. Like,
right.
hey.
So I passed. All right.
Yeah. Yes. Whoever is on the outside looking in, you gonna be one of them. You gonna be a hoe or a stupid. But either way, it doesn't matter. As long as you're happy and you know what you're pursuing, you're good.
Okay. Well, right on. Hey.
So you ain't gotta be a hoe or you ain't gotta be stupid.
You ain't gotta be a hoe your whole life. With your whole. All
right. That's what's up.
All right. So
well, next up we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up to the last topic of the day, and this is our new segment called. Who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Yeah, listen. I'm going to tell you
man,
right now.
I know who I don't want in my neighborhood.
Who's that?
But go ahead with your story.
No. Who don't you want in your neighborhood? You already got
I don't want your neighbor.
Oh, bruh. I
don't even want my neighbor right now.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off and get into the last one, let me get my... Whew, boy. Okay, so I already made a video about this, both issues. But let's go ahead and talk about it because I feel like we need to do this. So I have a neighbor who moved in across the street from me, right? Older black woman, I would say probably early to mid 60s, something like that, you know. And a former teacher. Prior to her being in this home, it was an old white guy who stayed there. Very gregarious, very nice dude. Used to just come over to the crib and cut my grass anytime. If the grass was too long, he had a riding mower. I had to push more. So he'd be like, "Oh man, Chris, don't worry about it. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut your grass for you. No problem. Hey." He'd do his, come across the street and do mine. No problem. He said, I'll do the back later. I did the front, though. And I, throw him a couple dollars because that was my dude. Now I got this new lady. So the new lady, she's nice. She has offered to do my yard once or twice. Too
damn nice.
Yeah. She's offered to do my yard, cut my grass. She also has a riding mower. So now that she lives in that same space, and now she has a riding mower, and she has all that land, she needs, riding mower, right? She's an older lady. She ain't going to be pushing. So she says, hey, I can come over and do your yard too if you want. I think she did it once. Uh-huh. And I was like, nah, that's never happening again. My grass looked horrible. It looked bad. Now her grass looked horrible too. So I was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's never happening again.
She's not qualified to be cutting grass, bro.
Hashtag not qualified. But I'm just saying. You cannot, no. That's not your space. So, all
right.
So the grass thing was a dead issue, but she was still nice. So I was like, okay, cool. We talked.
Still had inviting factors about her as a neighbor, like, hey,
yeah. I mean, she's a young.
He's not rude like me. Like
she's
I
a
see
black
my neighbors,
lady, older black lady. I was raised by a black woman. That helps. So I had a couple instances and a couple interactions with her wherein she was like, okay. Hey, Chris, I see, you're working in your garage. You got a lot of tools over there. Can you come over and help me out? I need to do this thing with some wood. Can you cut it for me? Or can you do this? Can you lift this for I've come over to her crib a couple times and done a couple things for her, right? Okay. So she's kind of gotten to know me a little bit.
All right.
Now, because of Corona, because of a lot of things that were going on, she took it upon herself to think that I guessed that I was unemployed. And right. I don't know if that's a factor or not, but I think she thinks I'm unemployed.
She took the initiative.
Somehow
she don't see you leaving the house, so she's like,
right. She's like, oh, I see that car over there all the time. He ain't going on. He ain't doing nothing. But he got a girl though, and his girl likes to move around. Stay with me. So
right, I'm with you,
man. This chick decided. Out the blue. Now let's back up because I need to give all the information. So she moves in. She has she moved in by herself, but she has 3 dogs. Now she has 4. She just got a new one a couple of days ago. So she has 4 dogs. One is a puppy. She has 2 chihuahuas, and she has a wolf-looking furry thing.
She got a whole husky.
That's got all black fur. It's a girl though.
A husky mixed with a German Shepherd.
And she's aggressive as hell. So now, so anyway, so he said all that to give you some background, right? So we got the lady. All right. Now let's just get to the issue, homie. Let's just get to it. So she calls up so, after we've talked a couple times, we've exchanged numbers and all that, gave her my number. She talked to my girl. She got my girl's number, whatever. Fine. Okay. So we got all that. She texts us every now and then, does this happen in the neighborhood? That happened in the neighborhood, whatever. She does all that.
You got one of those, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's what the white dude did. So it's cool. She's doing the same thing. I'm like, all right, right on. Bet. Appreciate it. Thank you. Keep it, keep it hot. So she's doing all that. And then she said, think like out the blue, she called up my girl, middle of the day. Called up my girl, or sent her a text, well, either one, and was like, "Hey, my car's in the shop. It's ready. You think you can take me to go pick it up?" My girl's like, "I'm not doing anything." She just got home from work. I was working because I work from home, so
she did the right thing.
So she had no issues with it.
Okay.
So she picks up the lady, says, "All right, fine, let's go." Takes her wherever they need to go. As they're going, they exchange pleasantries. Next thing you know, the woman starts asking a little bit more intimate information. Not so much, but just like, "Hey, how old are you?" No, how old is Chris? How old are you? Oh, okay. Well, my son is this age, and he's a pilot. And he's single. So, if you're interested. She said that to my girl. She said all that. I didn't say all that in the video, but she said that to my girl.
That's crazy.
You dig? Folks, folks chimed in, giving me the comedy and all that. Oh, dude, she just trying to take her out the pictures because she wants you. Nah, homie. That ain't the game. That ain't the game. I know this game.
I think she might be an old freak, man, or something.
She could be, but she ain't a freak like me.
Nah, she just out here.
Shout out to Adina Howard.
She just out here trying to, plug herself in a situation. She see that y'all good neighbors or whatever. So she just trying to get in where she fit in. You know what I'm saying? She need to holler
at State Farm if she need a good neighbor because we done.
She just trying to see how strong y'all bond is.
That's
or whatnot.
What it is. She's just
trying to
test
trying to test the bond or
test
whatever.
The bond. She was testing our bond. Okay, right on. Well, the bond is strong because my girl came right back and was like, "Baby, check this out. Listen to this story." I'm like, "Oh, wait, what?"
I can see her saying that too.
And but here's the thing. The problem, I guess, the reason I was so upset was just the fact that it was almost like a blindsiding. Like, really? You gonna come on my girl like that after all the stuff I've done for you? After all the stuff I've personally done to help you out? And then you have the audacity to come and almost act like you're gonna try to take my girl out?
Matchmaker.
With your little bust ass son?
The pilot. Man. She mentioned he's a pilot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your goof ass son. I don't care about your little goof ass son.
She's like, he's a pilot.
Anyway, so that happened, and I was feeling some kind of way.
Did you say something to her about it?
I did not. My girl encouraged me not to. She did not want to have the confrontation. I was about it. I was ready for it. Listen, I wanted to go in.
She probably like, we just not gonna give her a ride no more.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut that out.
We'll just cut back, and we ain't gotta talk. And okay, right on. We'll off the band, fine. All right.
This ain't gonna be her first time, man. You probably gonna have to say something to her,
bro. Listen, no. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Cause I'm gonna tell you why it's a wrap. So when my girl told me that, like I said, it was afternoon. It was going into by the time they got done, it was like 3. She came back. She told me. I said, "Oh, man, that's messed up." A little bit later that evening, I had to go somewhere. I was still feeling some kind of way about it. And then I went to go do what I had to do. As I was, then I came back to my house.
Right.
Bruh. Came back to my crib. And then I say, okay. So, I stayed right across from this lady. My mailbox is across the street. I knew the whole day had gone by. My girl she generally doesn't check the mail as much as I do. So I said, let me go check the mail. Go across the street to go check the mail after I park my car. Next thing I know, this lady, again, she has 4 dogs, 2 chihuahuas, a little puppy, and this little mug, the little black one, who decided to come right for me last night as I was going to check my mail. So the dog always comes out because, again, I said she was aggressive.
Oh, bad.
So the dog came at me, but this time the dog came at me. So usually the dog stops because she's tied up to a chain or something like that. She was tied up to a chain, but I kept realizing, this dog is getting close. This dog is on me. Oh, so I had to back.
You think maybe the neighbor like got it out for you that bad? Like she trying to take you out of the picture, man?
I don't know what she got. I just know it ended up turning into a situation where I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it.
Okay.
I wasn't. So I let the lady know if a dog even looks at me crazy again, it's a wrap.
You gonna kill the dog, man?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah. If the dog comes at me aggressive,
pow, puppy chow.
If the dad comes, hey, if the dog come at me, listen, no, y'all let me know if a dog comes at you aggressively. So let me back up. Let me give a little bit of context, because this isn't the first time that this dog has done this. She was walking the dog by in front of my crib, like weeks after she had first moved in. She's been there about 6 months now. So weeks into her first moving in, she was like, hey, new to the neighborhood. I'm walking my dog. She's walking right in front of my crib. I said, all right, well, then, hey, how you doing? And I talked to her directly about her aggressive dog then. And I was like, hey, your dog seems kind of aggressive. Is she okay? Because she said, no.
She's a cool dog.
She's playful. You can pet her. Go ahead. You can pet her. So me, I'm like, trying not to be a person who's afraid of dogs because I was afraid of dogs growing up. And next thing I know, dude, I'm over there and I'm trying to rub the dog. And what does the dog do? Bite me in the freaking forearm. Bit me, nipped me in the forearm, right? So dog bit me once then. But dog bit me again yesterday. So yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, the dog was aggressive. Coming
with all this going on. With the atmosphere.
Came at me. Ripped my pants, homie. So now she owes me a pair of pants. In addition to the fine that she's going to. Because I did contact the city.
Oh, man. You called the people on her?
Yeah, dude. Either I had to call the people or I was going to kill a dog. I mean, which one?
Man,
which one did you want me to do?
Watch what she going to do, bro.
No. They already told me. They were like, when people get, people called on the people, the city has called on them about the dog. They start being retaliatory and doing the same stuff to you.
Wow.
And I'm like, they can do that if they want. My dog is this big. And then my other dog, she's a lover. She loves everybody. So she going to lick you to death. I know she ain't going to bite nothing.
The dog wanted your blood, bro.
Listen, the dog had had a 2-piece value meal from your boy. Man. You know what I'm saying? I already had 2 flavors and was like, you know what? I had an arm and a leg. Maybe I can get a side piece. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, what? She got her dog to bite you.
Yeah.
She gonna get her son to buy you a replacement pair of pants.
Nah, she better. Hey, so. I ain't gonna lie. The coolest, the best response I got for how to deal with it though is from one of my boys. My boy growing up, man. Shout out to Kiaro. This dude was like, he said, "Here's what you do: buy a Glock, walk across the street, shoot the dog. When she comes out, tell her. And if your son decides to come anywhere near me or mine or anybody who looks like me, he's getting it too." Damn. And calmly walk back across the street and get in the house.
Damn. Damn, shit done got real, huh?
I'm just saying, hey, that might be the move, man. I don't know. But I just feel like y'all got to let me know what y'all think. Because I personally feel like.
Maybe, like, I'm going to just, like, play devil's advocate. Like,
what is the devil's advocate on this one?
Man, this one, like, maybe she just, like, I don't know. She just. She's just old and wants something to talk about.
I feel like I wouldn't even say that. I feel like she's old, but she don't know how to. Well, go ahead, say it. Let me.
Nah, yeah, she's old and she just ain't got nothing to talk about, so she want to pry in other people's business or whatever, and then like start to insert herself in there, insert her family members, or just to see like it's what type of person your girl is or whatever it may be. Like she's. Like, she's moved by this type of stuff. Because she mentioned intricate details. Like, she could say, my son, But my son, the pilot, like she mentioned stuff like that just to like pick at her to see, okay, where's her mind at or whatever. I don't know why she's doing it, but she did it.
Nah, homie. I don't feel that at all. I feel like she was testing the waters and she was like, "Oh, the water's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and step my big toe in this one. Yeah. Nah, I can do this. I can. Yeah. Oh, that dude ain't nothing. What's he on? He ain't doing. Dude.
No, I'm sure she didn't think that you was just gonna be like a pushover.
I promise you, I felt like going to say something to this woman. Nah. I had other people saying like it should have been me and my girl to go say something to her. Then when the thing with the dog happened, later on that same day, I'm like, you know what? It's a wrap.
Hey, she ain't getting no grass cut no more for free. She ain't getting no more rods.
I wasn't cutting her grass. She was cutting mine.
She ain't borrowing no tools. None of that.
She ain't getting no tools. She ain't getting. The only thing I got for her is a bat, and not for her, but for a dog. You dig? I won't shoot the dog. You know what I'm saying? I won't shoot him, but I do got a wooden bat that's small and quick.
Man.
Nifty. I call it my NB. All my black people know what an N beater is, right? Yeah, all right.
Everybody watching, man. I think 7 needs help, man. He needs some suggestion on what to do. I'm telling him, like, hey, don't even trip about it. Hey, if you ain't going to say nothing to the lady, hey, just.
Well, no, I said what I needed to say to her. She actually sent me a text. Oh. Matter of fact, one last thing. So, again, like I said, she bit me, the dog, the bitch dog. I can say that because it's a female. She bit me twice, right? But she also bit somebody else just last week.
Dang.
So when we were in the podcast right here last week, I remember I got a text and I remember I was saying something and I was like, oh crap, wait, babe. and I was like, as I was talking, I was like, oh babe, talking to my girl because I had a feeling she was watching. I was like, hey, check your phone right now because I think you got the same text. So she did get the same text, and what the text said was, because it was from our neighbor, Miss Hattie Mae. That's not a real name, but that's what the name's gonna be right now. But I put her name as, I'm sorry, she put on there that there was some suspicious dude walking in the neighborhood, and her dog, and he came in her driveway apparently, and her dog bit him. Yeah. Is he suspicious or is your dog just aggressive?
Probably both.
It might be.
Or she just got it out for you, bro. She all off in your business.
Your mom's in my business. She's in
crossing
business.
Every line.
Can't you see, girl? Your mom's trying to end this. Your mom.
Crossing every line. Sicking her dog on you, cause matter of fact, I listened to you telling the story. I'm like, man, you said you was not screaming, but you were making noises that.
Dude, I was yelling.
You were yelling.
Hey, get across the street. Go across the street. Get across. That's all I kept saying.
So you were yelling. So she should have heard you.
She did, and she eventually sauntered her little short, wide ass across the street, and she was talking to the dog like, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, bitch, if you don't get your dog,
man." Bro, I think she probably just having some fun at your expense, bro.
Nah, dude, nah. That if that's what she calls fun, I can have some fun.
Nah, but you ain't gonna have to have some fun.
If that's what she calls fun.
Hey, she's in your neighborhood for a while, man. You probably gonna have to have some fun with her, man.
We can have some really good fun.
I don't even like my neighbors.
Bruh. That's the only one I talk to. So, I'd grown used to talking to my neighbor because it was the white dude who was there forever.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been in this house for about 10 years now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So since I've been there about 10 years, I know the neighborhood and I know the area pretty well. I don't know my neighbors, but I knew the immediate people, the people who were left and right in front of me. Now I don't even know because they got one person that's to the left is abandoned. To the right is a new person who just moved in. And I've only talked to her once, a lady from Iowa named Kathy. And then the lady across the street is a chick with the dog. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just supposed to keep to my own. Maybe it's time for me to just go ahead and move on and go find me a crib with an ensuite, so that way when I have my late night poops, my early morning poops, I can make sure I get there faster. You know what I'm saying? Do what I got to do.
No problems with no dogs, none of that.
Anyway, but man, ladies and gentlemen, we try to keep it light. We apologize for being late, but we definitely kept it funky for you. So I want to say at this moment, thank you very much for tuning in. For those who stuck it out with us this entire time on the podcast.
Scan see the info rail. And we out. Peace.
And we out.
Get off this live, man.
Facts. Good ass strike.